It's perfectly golden. Wow. This tastes amazing. Hey guys, what's up? It's Adrian. Welcome back. I hope you're doing great. So today we are making the ultimate Christmas ham. Let's get into it. Thawed ham in front of me. I placed it on my kitchen counter for 2 days and it came to room temperature. You can place the frozen ham in a basin in your refrigerator, but that just takes up a lot of space. But it should take around 3 days for it to actually be chilled, but then you're going to have to take it out of your fridge. So I prefer the counter method. Right, so I read the instructions on the back of my ham. I think that's something important that everyone should do, and they said not to rinse your ham, but I think that's wrong. I think you should rinse it, because when I took my ham out of the packaging there was gunk on it. So what I did, I placed my ham in my kitchen sink and I rinsed it twice with lukewarm water, and then I patted it dry, and then I placed it into a clean basin where I patted it dry again, because when we place our sauces on it, you want it to stick. You don't want it to just slip off because the ham is wet. So let's prep our ham and then make our sauce. Now that your ham has been scored to whatever desired shape and such, now the reason for scoring the ham is that you want the clove that we're going to use to actually stick. So I have to show you this as well. So this is my clove here. Now let me give you a close up. I don't know if you can see that, but if you bake, cook, I hope, because I mean you're here, there is a ball part on the clove. You want to remove that because that what is actually bitter. So remove that, and this is what you're going to end up with. So there you go. Quick tip: remove the round parts of the clove. So therefore if it falls out, because we are going to add sauce and all of that, you're not going to bite down on something that's extremely hard and it's going to be bitter. So pro tip. All right, so now that our ham has been scored, as I mentioned so many times, we are now going to add shado beni. Now usually the way how people do ham is that they just score it, they add clove, and they just put it in the oven. Honestly, that's not what I do. I am going to add shado beni to the ham. After I add the shado beni, we're then going to make a sauce, place the sauce in the ham, on the ham, and then add our cloves and place to bake in the oven. For this ham that I have right here, this should bake for around 3 hours. Yes, I know it's extremely time consuming, but it's going to be so worth it in the end. Trigger warning, this is going to be messy. Now, after my sorrel video where I forgot my gloves, if you haven't seen that yet, check it out. There's going to be links in the description below. I got them. Where are they? They are quite across in the other side of my studio. So we're going to be using my hands again today. So as I said, it's going to be messy. So first thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to add my shado beni. So let me show you the consistency of what I would prefer. I prefer it a bit more thick because you want it to actually adhere to the ham itself. So you're going to add this in. Now once you add that in, what you're going to do on clean hands, again clean hands, you are going to massage everything into the ham itself. So again, trigger warning guys, if you don't want to see this, just fast forward for tips and tricks and so forth. Right, so let's get into this. So massage everything in, massage it like this, and the little pieces that we would have scored into the ham, if you can stick it in, go ahead and do so. I didn't score my entire ham because I just didn't feel like it. So do that, massage everything in. You're basically giving it a massage. That's what you're going to do. So massage everything in. Once everything is massaged, another tip, you can do this a day in advance, or probably even 2 days, because you know what, shado beni is something that once you season your meats, it's going to be awesome with a little bit of time, because it's going to soak in all those flavors. So now that it's massaged in, I'm going to wash my hands because they are a mess and I don't want to touch anything. So I'm going to continue massaging this just a little bit more because I want that flavor to really penetrate into this ham, because I did purchase one with the skin on it. I mean, you can get ones that are boneless with the bone in. Depends on the cut, you know, it's going to be different, but I prefer this kind. So I'm going to continue massaging everything in, and I'm also going to turn it over to the underneath, and I'm going to take my seasoning and massage it in here as well. So see you in a bit. Our ham is completely seasoned and it smells so good already. I'm already salivating. I'm just so excited to have it, because I mean, if it smells so good at this step, you could imagine what it's going to smell like, what the aroma your kitchen is going to have when it's baking. It's going to be out of this world. So after seasoning your ham, you are then going to combine all of the ingredients for our sauce. So I started mixing it already. So what I added was honey mustard, regular ketchup. I'm using Heinz because I think that tang is going to be excellent, and brown sugar. You can not use brown sugar, but I think the bit of sweetness is actually going to help with the complex flavor that we want to have while eating this ham, making this ham, whichever one makes the most sense with what I just said. So now you give it a little bit of a mix. As you can see, it's barely combined here because we're going to have to use our hands to mix everything together. Our sauce on our ham and massage everything together. So trigger warning again, it's going to get super messy. So I place everything there, put this aside, and let's get into it. And we're going to massage everything on our ham. Now again, you are going to rotate it as well, because you want to get that sauce on your entire ham. You don't just want it on the top alone. I know my hands look completely disgusting, but it's gonna be great. And there you go. I'm gonna wash my hands. Our Christmas ham is almost complete. So as you can see, it has a beautiful golden hue from the honey mustard, and you can still see the bits of shadow benny peeking through. That's exactly what you want. Now you're going to say, once you look at the measurements in the description, you're going to see with Adrian, it's a lot of sauce. Yes, it is a lot, but you just want to coat the ham, and when you place it onto your baking tray, you're going to remain with excess. Don't throw that away. You're going to use that to actually baste the ham. Yes, I know you're going to have to baste the ham, because why not? You want extra flavor. Flavor is the key to having an amazing ham. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to pick up my ham and place it onto my baking tray. You can do all of this in your baking tray if you'd like. I prefer not to because of the extra sauce, or you can just use some of the sauce a little at a time on your serving tray, whichever is convenient to you. So I'm going to pick this up now and place it onto my baking tray, and then we're going to add the final step, which is adding the clove. So I'm going to place my ham onto my baking dish. Now it's a bit heavy, and again it's going to get messy, but the best meals are pretty messy to make. So I'm going to get this out of the way, and I am going to get my serving dish, baking dish actually, my bad guys, and I am going to pick up the ham and place it onto my baking dish. So wish me luck. It's pretty heavy and it's slippery from everything that we placed on it, so let's go. And there we go. I recommend a quick, swift motion, otherwise it is going to fall. I've had moments where I didn't have my station ready and it fell, and I had to do everything all over again. So I recommend to be ready. So my ham here is on my dish. It looks fantastic. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to add my cloves, but first I need to wash my hands. So you don't have to right now, because I mean you're going to touch the ham again, but I just really want to wash my hands again because the sauces feel pretty gross. So here's my ham. I'm going to wash my hands and be right back. On my baking dish, it looks so delicious already, and it hasn't even been baked yet or topped with cloves. So I'm going to add my cloves now. Don't forget to remove the ball part of the clove because that's extremely bitter and you don't want someone biting into that. So let's add our clove on top and place this into our preheated oven. I usually place my ham into an oven that's preheated to 350 degrees. This ham is going to bake for around 3 hours. So let's go. Now you want to place your clove into the parts that you scored. If you don't, it's just going to be extremely hard. So let me just show you. It's not going to want to go in. So you're going to place it onto your scored parts of your ham, and that's it. Ham has been topped with the clove. It looks so beautiful, if I do say so myself. So now I'm going to place this into my preheated oven, and I'm going to baste this every 45 minutes with the remainder of our sauce. Once you have finished basting it with the remainder of the sauce, it's going to pool to the bottom of the ham. You're just going to take a spoon and continue basting it until it is completed. Now, as I said, this ham is going to bake for 2 to 3 hours. Now it's going to get completely golden because that brown sugar is just, it's going to look fantastic. So into the oven it goes. Even better. Guys, this is my first ham of the season. I'm sorry if I am being a bit much, but look at this. Look at the sheen. Now it's really hot. Look at the sheen. You can still see the clove. You can actually see the shadow bunny peeking through. It's perfectly golden. You can see that it crossed in certain areas, but yet it's not burnt. This is what you call perfection right here. This right here, guys. This is why we seasoned our ham. This is why we made a special sauce. This is why we basted it every 30 minutes to get this scrumptious piece of meat right here. This, when you serve this at your dinner table, everyone is going to be so proud of you, so happy to dig in. I am proud of myself for doing this. So just imagine, I'm sorry, I'm salivating. Just imagine how you are going to feel making this for yourself, for your family, or even to carry to a dinner party. Guys, this right here represents a Trini Christmas for me. Imagine having this Christmas morning with a slice of homemade bread. My homemade bread video will be linked in the description below, and a slice of this ham next to it. Wow, perfection. So now I'm gonna cut a slice out of this because I mean, we gotta know how it tastes. I allowed it to cool a little bit because I mean, it has fat in it and everything is just going to seep out, and you don't want it to get extremely dry. So let's cut into it. It's extremely hot. Alright guys, so this is my first piece of ham. Ouch, it's hot. It's very hot. Let me give you a close-up. As you can see, it's dripping. It's moist. It's not very dry. You can see that beautiful sauce on top. Let's taste. It's hot. This, wow, this tastes amazing. You get the clove flavor, but it's not overpowering. You get the shadow bunny, you get the amazing sauce. Everything just works so well together to create something that is come on guys, I mean, you just have to try it yourself. I wish we had smell-o-vision and taste-o-vision because This right here is worth the time, it's worth the effort. There's a reason why in Trinidad we make this for the Christmas season. It's so good. That's it for today, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You're awesome for doing that. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna cut this up now. I'm gonna have another piece with a slice of homemade bread and kick back. Thanks for watching.